Hello everyone. So today we are going to be talking about writing and graphing compound inequalities. So yesterday we learned about just one inequality. Today we're going to be working with more than one. So definition of a compound inequality is it's an inequality statement that includes more than one inequality. And there are two different types of compound inequalities that we can have. The first one is and statements, and these graphs go into each other. And so for an example, how I would read this first one is that 4 is less than y, which is less than or equal to 8. And here is a graph of that compound inequality. So how we can think of this is there's really two inequalities happening here. So if I were to break apart this and statement, I'd first have that 4 is less than y. So I get that from this left-hand side, which what we talked about yesterday, I don't like my variable being on the right, so I'm going to go ahead and switch this around. So I have that y is greater than 4. And when I look on this right-hand side, if I read that from here, I have that y is less than or equal to 8. And so when I'm graphing this, as we see here, I have y is greater than 4, so I have a strictly greater than, so I have an open circle here, and I want everything greater than it, so I go to the right. Which I'm going to write this down below. And I have that y is also less than or equal to 8. So I have the closed circle here, and I want everything less than it. But since I have both, that's why we end up with just one straight line between it, because I want all values greater than 4, but also all values less than 8. So instead of having two inequalities here that kind of cross each other, I instead just have one line that goes through them both. And the other type of compound inequality I have are OR statements. And these graphs go away from each other. And this one's a little bit more self-explanatory when I'm graphing it. So for example, I have a is less than -2. So I draw my graph for a less than -2, so I have an open circle, and I want everything less than it. And then I have OR, a is greater than 6. So I again have an open circle, but I want everything greater than it. So AND statements, the graphs go into each other, they connect. OR statements, they go away from each other. Okay, that's it for this video. Go ahead and move on to the next one, where we'll be practicing writing compound inequalities.